rebuilt it again.
So this is the biggest in Jerusalem, this one?
No, this is just important synagogue.
Okay, synagogue.
Synagogue.
Yeah, the most holiest, yeah.
This is the gold menorah, number 7 for the day of the week.
Okay.
And Jewish, after the marriage, they have a special ceremony for the wedding. After they have son boy, after 1 week, they do for him operation to clean him. So this is the symbol of the state of Israel. At Hanukkah, 9 candles.
Yeah.
To remember that Jewish, they have 1 bottle oil. It's enough to give light for 1 night, but it's good for 8 nights. And Hanukkah, the feast of light, 7 days. Has faithful son, his name Abdullah.
Yeah.
And when Khalifa wounded, 3 days the blood fell down from his body. Then when he found himself want to die, then he chose 6 people to choose. He tells Sahaba, you choose one of them. They said to him, your son is very faithful. He said, no, my son is not fit. My son, he don't know how to direct his house, how he want to direct nation. So he refused to put his son.
Okay.
But Umayyah and Abbasi, they come to put the, say, Jewish, Armenian, Christian. And this is the Golden Gate, this Islamic Gate, the Red Gate, Damascus Gate, maybe the New Gate, Jaffa Gate, Nabi Dawud Gate, Dan Gate.
So this is a gated walled city.
Yeah, the gate of the old city, 8. One closed, the Golden Gate closed by Saladin for security, for military, for economic,
Still
for
closed?
religion.
Still closed?
But the other open, yeah. Saladin closed it for security to keep the holy area of the mosque. 4, military, because Saladin military man.
Yeah.
You know, any officer want to conquer Jerusalem, he camped in the east, not in the west. So as the sun did not puzzle the eyes of the soldier. And for religion, he said when Jesus get down to Damascus and kill the liar Messiah, then he can enter from this gate. And for economic, he closed the Golden Gate, opened the chain gate, so as the see friend people to buy from the Muslim quarter. From the chain gate.
It's Maghribi. Yeah, okay. Hashmoni.
This is Roman market, we call it Cardo.
Cardo.
is mean the heart of the city. Because Roman, they blame Jerusalem to be Roman city. Every Roman city arches the victory, Cardo, the Camus, and 40 quarters. Friend, 2,700 people, they live inside, like city inside city. And their quarter more safety than the other. And these people, they are married from each other and they accept just their student. This wall of the city, number 7, because the first wall made by Abu Arab, second made by Herod Agrippa, third by Hadrianus, 4 by Byzantine, 5 by Umayyad Muslim, 6 by Crusader, but this last one made by Ottoman. Prior Ottoman, 15th century, we get in news that Carlos V, Crusader king from Spain, want to conquer Jerusalem. He asked an engineer Ottoman, his name Sinan Basha, to do the wall around the city completely closed, 4 kilo and 600 meters. Make 332 windows to throw arrows, 70 room for fighting, 34 towers to support the wall, every tower from 15 to 25 soldiers. No one can enter to the old city of Jerusalem at night until 1898. But why they opened between Tower David and Jaffa Gate? Because Second William, Emperor of Germany, refused to get down from his car, was pushing by horses. For that, he obliged Ottoman to open.
Now to the waiting room. Okay, so outside from Zion Gate, you take the through Lions Gate.
Zion Gate. So Rabel entered in 1967 from this gate. See the bullet, the fighting between Jordan and Israel. And Mishael comes from Lions Gate. They come to conquer the city. So this is Mount Zion. This is a Franciscan monastery from the 19th century. They have church and guest house. She came to live here for 6 years.
Okay.
And she was 47 when he died. Then she lived 6 years, she became 53 years old. Then she died, then they carried her body, buried her in Mount of Olives. So this is her house, but her tomb in Mount of Olives. And Byzantine church, they reconsidered that, but Father Benedictine from Germany in the 19th century come to rebuild it again.
King David tomb.
Room of the Last Supper. The famous Da Vinci painting, The Last Supper. वो तुम्हें एक्सक्लूसिव व्यू देगा। हाँ, जूते भी नहीं उतारने पड़ेंगे।
You know the Hawariyim?
Sorry?
Havaris. Jesus,
Yeah.
they ask Jesus to ask God to send food from heaven. Then he prayed for God. Then give me get down with 2 fish and 7 bread. He said, eat my bread, drink my wine. Then Judah put the bread in the one to turn. Then Jesus knew that one of his disciples will deny him. Want to bring for him the soldier. We don't think they make this room. Crusaders, they make it. Sultan Ottoman come to make it mosque. Because last Sabbath in the Quran, very big chapter, Al-Ma'idah.
Yeah.
So that's how the Sultan changed it from church to mosque. And that mihrab to know Makkah. That Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. He said in the sentence in the Quran, وَإِذَا حَكَمْتُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ أَحْكُمُوا بِالْعَدْلِ. If you want to judge between people, you must be fair. Take photo, then we go to sit in the room.
Take a picture.
Yeah, take photos, no problem.
Sugar is an entry.
No.
My friend Jesus said, I am the Alpha, I am the Omega. I am the beginning, I am the end. This is what the Christian believes. This is the father which he established, Father Benedictine from Germany. This is my friend, the wise man and the shepherd in Bethlehem.
Okay.
This is my friend, Father Benedictine believes that Jesus is the messenger of peace. See, lamb. He did not receive promise to the problem, but anyone did not receive. Take his life, forgive. Never kill a sword, never fight in the war, never let the blood of people fall down.
He was peaceful, like a lamb who was sacrificed.
This is the four tribes, Al-Khaliya, Alamiya. This is John Baptist in Jordan River. This is Queen Helena, Mother King Constantine. The next dominant religion in the Holy Land is Christian. Adokia, Queen Helena, and King Constantine. The next dominant religion in the Holy Land.
Baba don't tell history, Baba speak history. Baba on fire.
It's surrounded by United States. She died here. This is Jesus. This is Samson Dalila. This is Ruth. This is Eva. This is Mary, sister of Moses. She helped to build the pyramids, and you did the dancer which she killed. This is the Ashuri officer. She let him drink alcohol and kill him.
Okay. Is she buried here or is just a monument?
No, this is where she died, but her tomb in Mount of Olives.
Okay.
Because my friend said to Vita, buried my mother in the place there in Mount of Olives. By that when she died here, they carried her body and buried her in Mount of Olives.
Okay.
And this is here.
Mount of Olives in Tijolo as well.
Yeah.
By stone, because he changed his religion from, you see, a Jewish to Christian, they killed him. This was Jesus arrested. This was Jesus saved the life of Maria Magdalena. That is the Church of Mary and the Tomb of Mary. This is Mount of Olives. This is the clothing, friend. What is it called?
Papa the pizza.
Difficult to conquer, but easy to defend. They fighting heavy. Rich, they can put it and they can move it.
Alright, so back to where we started, mostly where we started. We're going to have something to eat because everyone is done. And then afterwards maybe we'll go to where they claim that Jesus was crucified. So let's check that out.
Beside the church, sir, there is a mountain, you call it Mount Calvary. They call it in English, it's called in Hebrew, Golgotha. In Arabic language, Golgotha. Because Romans, they used the mountain inside to kill and to punish the dangerous people. Many headmen skulls fell down in that mountain. Other people call it Mount Skull because under the cross there is a stone look like it's called Adam the first man. Other people call it Mount Skull because the mountain under the cross look like the head of the human being. This church 1,129 meters. Private church in one church, Armenian, Syrian, Coptic, Catholic, Greek. So when you enter, before you enter to the right, there is the place where he stripped off his garments.
Okay.
Then door closed, door opened, you enter from the open door to the right, you climb upstairs. Then you see station 11, how they believe that they led him to the cross. Then 12, he crucified. You see. This is the church here. So here 10, he stripped off his garment. This closed, this opened, you enter to the right, you go upstairs, you see 11, they nail him. 12 crucified, you go down to see how you see they take him down from the cross and rub him with the holy shroud. Then the tomb, they laid him in the sepulchre, they closed with the stone. After 3 days, they ruled the door, then Jesus raised up. So this is inside the tomb, too much people, friend. You need to stand 1 hour, 2 hours in line.
Oh, okay.
And you entire hour for you outside.
Okay. All right, so we are walking to. So yeah, this is the place where they say that Jesus was crucified and resurrected. Yeah, let's check that out inside. You पकड़ यहाँ से पकड़ फिर मैं यहाँ हमको किया था फूड भी
इंट्रो दिखा दिया अभी क्या भी पूछा गया था
मेरे ख्याल से स्ट्रिप ऑफ किया था इस तरह की मुझे तस्वीरें दिखाई थी See on the back see from here they went took him to the cave
ये वो जो गंदे लोग थे ऐसे
no I guess they are the apostles his companions उन्होंने तो किया था बाकी वैसे दिखाया हो कि they took him to his burial I don't know I'm not sure yeah this is the depiction and this is some holy place as explained by our guide. So here is the other place that he mentioned. Yeah, I'm not sure. We have to hear the story again.
No, because you were listening, you were the class monitor, so you tell me.
No, I'm just recording. It's difficult to understand it. I guess. He also said something upstairs. Alright, so there's another rock. So all this significance you'll find in the description that the tourist explained. So maybe I'll stitch that to the video. So this is kind of a holy spot. There is the tomb inside. And there's some kind of line, so it must be that spot. So no idea what's going on here, but I'll make a small pit here and one inside. Hey, not sure what churan they are selling it. Let's try from here.
and they teach them how to cover the book, how to do furniture, how to play music, and football and computer.
Okay.
And when they become 18 years, they graduate, they give them certificate to work.
Okay.
This is made by Sultan Ottoman,
Okay.
Suleiman Magnificent. We call it the School of Roxolana. So the big quarter is Muslim because Mamluk and Ottoman and Saladin, they want Jerusalem to be Muslim city. For that, the big quarter is Muslim.
डरता किससे बिलियन से